So, good day everyone. So, this is going to be our Repititio on Timaeus. So, for our thesis, there is harmony in the universe for the fact that every created thing must of necessity be created by some cause, for without a cause, nothing can be created.
So the excerpts address the question: was the heaven then, or the world, always in existence and without beginning, or created and had it a beginning?
So, going to the supporting points of our thesis. So, for the supporting point 1, a creator made this world because he was good and free from jealousy, which gives him the desire that all things should be as like himself as they could be. Good, which is good. Then, supporting point number 2. Now, when the creator had framed the soul according to his will, he formed within her the corporeal universe and brought the two together and united them center to center. Then for the supporting point 3, time and the heaven came into being at the same instant, which means it's created together, so that if it happens to dissolve, they might be dissolved together.
And these are the objections for the supporting points that Brother Lloyd provided. So objection number 1, in the medieval period, this has been challenged through the question of why did God allow the existence of evil? And objection number 2, according to Plato, the soul already has within it the knowledge of the forms, as it belonged to the world of forms, but forgot about it when it was entrapped in the body. And it must be posited that he is claiming that the soul was created before the body. And last objection for this supporting point number 3 is that time is an emergent of the heaven or the universe. It is a fundamental structure of it and not with it.
Okay, so here's our answer for the supporting point for the objection 1. So God allowed the existence of evil according to Saint Thomas Aquinas because of free will. Evil is the privation of good, which remains in the being's act and potency to act what is inherently good. So for the answer to objection number 2, indeed, the matter and form of man is the soul, but along the effect of living is the body. They both exist at the same time, but the soul remains, for it is immortal. And for the third answer, time provides us with a structure that determines the flow or movement of the cosmos. It is basically created at the same instance of creation with matter and space of the universe.
So now this is our illustrative example for each answer. So our first example is that the reason for the invention of the cars is mainly for the people to be able to travel easier on land. Example number 2 is that, for example, is the concept of a balloon. In an inflated balloon, both the air and the rubber balloon existed. But when the balloon explodes, the air remains and becomes part of the atmosphere. And the last example is that through the calendar and the clock, we are able to determine the changing seasons of each country and how it developed and figure the difference between the past and the present.
So for insight, so for the first insight, in the book of Genesis, in the first chapter, it was mentioned that in the beginning, signifying time, God created the heaven signifying space, and the earth signifying matter, which relates the importance of the Creator in completing the creation. So for the insight number 2, indeed, man is both the body and the soul. For the senses of man is the capability of the body, and the thoughts of man is the ability of the soul. So for the third insight, time, space, and matter is essential in understanding the precepts of the universe and understanding the nature of the cosmos.
So our conclusion, or the paraphrase of the thesis according to the sum of our insights, is that the work of the Creator, whenever he looks to the unchangeable and fashions of the form and nature of his work after an unchangeable pattern, must necessarily be made fair and perfect. But when he looks to the created only and uses a created pattern, it is not fair or perfect.
So for the application in my life today of our insights, so starting today, I will direct my thoughts and actions for the common good. I should not stray away from doing good and continue to strive and fulfill my purpose in life. For God intended to let us decide what is to be the finality that we will choose, so that we may be creative enough on how we can carry out our life in harmony with everyone else.
That will be all, and thank you.